Let's see if that works. Hopefully. Good evening. I'm your host. Hopefully rather heavenly. Let me remember how to use my own chair. Alright. Let's make sure everything works. Sound, lighting, all of the things. Also, just in case nobody wants to chat with me, oh yeah, my tea. I'll set up my music. How are you? If you can hear me, I'm not sure if the sound works, so. I can't paint without my hot tea. I gotta go get it. Make sure. Yep, sounds like it works. Great. Oh, is my chair too up? Nice squeaky chair. Okay. I'm going to get my tea. Cheers. Cinnamon tea with honey, extra honey. Let's see if this. All right. Where was I in this? Testing out new things here. Got a bunch of stuff, new tools, and new easel. Did I get any new colors? No, but I did get this new medium and anything else? I don't think so. All right, now. Oh yeah, new brushes. Yeah, I got new brushes. So cool. All right. So while I do this, I've been thinking about some things, like I've heard the term, fake it till you make it. But what are you faking? You know? Like, to me, it's like, what are you faking then? Like, living a certain life? Okay, cool. If I was gonna do that, what do I want to fake until I make it? I figured it out. If I'm gonna fake it until I make it, then I'm gonna fake being in heaven, right? If there is such a place, which I think there is. There's a lot more to that, but if there is, then I want to live my life as if I'm there, and then hopefully I'll get there. But on the way there, then at least I would have lived my life on earth as if I was there. So then, like, that, you know, skeptical voice within me that says, what if it doesn't exist? Okay, what if it doesn't exist? At least I did my best to live as if it did exist on Earth. It was my Earth life, right? So then, the next step is like, well, then what would I be doing? What would I be doing if I freaking, like, lived in paradise? You know? And that's why I try to do the things that, like, I enjoy as much as I can. Because I think that's what I would do. So, I would paint. Yeah. I would paint, for sure. That'd be what I would... I'd probably be sitting among the flowers painting. Or somewhere in nature. So, I kind of, like, bring that element of nature to myself, I guess. So anyway, that's what I've been thinking about this week. It's like, if there was a paradise, and I was there, what would I be doing? Because I'll try to do that. In any day, you know? I'm so excited about these freaking tools. Okay. What was my... I had thoughts on this before. I just want to make sure that, like, I'm following through with that. I wonder if I turn it, if you can still see it. Can you see it okay? Not really, kind of. That's better. It's new, it's like a new one, and so I'm trying to, like, get where I want it. I figured it out with my other one, but this one's, like, new, so I'm like, Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do. Okay. I want to make it a new one. I think I did. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Ah! Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for following, and thank you for the encouragement. Jane Reincarnate. Lovely sky. Oh, that makes me feel good in my heart. You know, encouragement is something that's wonderful. I appreciate it. Thank you for following, Todd Mate. Aw. Here, I'm gonna send something right back to you, to both of you. Boom. There, I'm sharing my love with you. Okay. So, I guess if you guys are here, I don't need to listen to music. But it's here just in case I need it. Music is so healing. It helps me like transport to different universes. Which is good. Because traveling is wonderful, especially traveling between universes. It's necessary to learn and to grow. All right. I wanted to do a certain color. Didn't I get new ones? I thought I did. Excuse me, well, excuse my reach. Okay. Just bring it to me. I knew it. Okay, I did do this. Okay. The question is, how many shades of black do I have? You know? Yeah, they're acrylic. But I thought I just got like a bunch, but I guess I only got a couple. New ones, anyway. But maybe I only just got one. So I kind of want to do like an iridescent, iridescent thing with I know I'm all about color, but today I just feel like so like the colors that I feel are just like more dark colors, which is fine. So I'm like going through with my feelings of how I'm feeling on the inside, and I'm like finding the freak, just like when you feel away on the inside and you're like going through music and you find like the vibration, the frequency wave that like matches what you're feeling, and you're like, that one. I do the same thing with color, but I feel color, and it's like I'm traveling through here to find like, that's the color I'm feeling, you know. So, but some of these I have to actually blend them together, or like mix them together to achieve the color that I actually feel. Otherwise it's kind of like, I kind of feel that color, but it's a little off. I've kind of always been this way. I express it through what I wear, which I guess is called fashion. So that's how I channel it. Well, how I've always channeled it. But now I'm painting, you know, so I'm actually like a sword, like I'm actually wielding color, you know, and it's like it's awesome. It's like I'm actually wielding color and doing things with it, and it's cool. Otherwise I've always kind of blanketed myself with color, with fabric, you know. I love your setup. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so kind. Are those acrylic? Yes, I haven't advanced to the level of like oils yet. You know, I'll get there. Just not yet. I'm with acrylics right now. What brand? Oh, various. I've got at least 4 right here. Or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. Yeah. Still not done hunting, so hold on. No, 2. Thank you for being so kind. Thanks for hanging out with me. I kind of want this shiny kind of thing going on. I literally have 3 shades of gray right now and just like a couple shades of black. Come on. Let me add to the shades of black. I cannot believe that I'm using gray. It still blows my mind. I'm like, if past me ever knew that I was using gray, she'd be pissed. She'd be like, who are you and what have you done with myself? So I think it'll be okay. I think I'll be alright. Right? I know I keep moving it, but like, I also want to get it in the image. Yeah, cool. Oh, here's my commands if you need them. If you're wanting like information or whatever, like it's there. Otherwise, like I have my information stuff in the about. I think it's called the about section. If I'm incorrect, my apologies. Okay, I want to make sure that okay. So now I've got like 4 or 5 different companies or brands for like acrylic. This other brand that I have, they're all like really shiny or like pearl. They're pearlescent. Kind of like when you're painting a car, like the body of the car and you use pearlescent paint, kind of like that. All right. But like I have to use this sparingly because they're like little. They're like little ones and I don't want to use them all up. No, that's perfect. Thanks for hanging out with me, joining me on my painting journey. But do I want, yeah, kind of. Oh, please excuse me while I talk to myself and also interrupt myself. No. Okay, now. Yeah. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 shades of gray so far. It's a little weird, a little wonky, but again, past self coming back from the past being like, what are you doing? Like, sorry, I gotta get through this. Okay. So I'm doing that with, and then like blending that with that, right? All right. like, part of this journey, can't really see it because it's just like blending. I could show it to you, but it's probably, it's like, just make the color and put it on the canvas. Okay. All right. Don't have to yell. I'm just kidding. I don't typically drink caffeine later in the afternoon, but I totally did. It's only because I was like, when I was about to like go to the grocery store, I'm just like, okay, maybe I do need some caffeine. Like, woo! So now I'm like, I'm highly caffeinated. This tea is not caffeinated, however. And normally I'm a lot more chill in my in my stream. Not today. I ain't got no chill, bro. I am caffeinated, and that's just how it's gonna be. It just be like that sometimes, you know. All processes of the artwork is interesting to me. Plus, blending colors really can be its own separate talent from the painting itself, which definitely is a talent. And I'm a noob, so I'm. Don't. Are you asking me to embarrass myself in front of you while I show you how not well that I blend colors? Okay, fine. I'll do it. But I'm kind of like experimenting with these colors, and figuring out exactly what I want to do with them. I wouldn't have been able to tell. Well, now you can. Can you tell what color my skin is? Like, sometimes it turns like different shades of red and pink, depending on how kind someone is to me. Yeah. Red and pink are also my favorite colors, so I kind of just start turning my favorite color as that occurs. I'm like a chameleon, and I change colors. No, I'm like a mood ring. I I change colors according to my mood. I've never touched a canvas once in my life. We do digital, not physical, at least me. What? Did I miss something? Wait. Digital painting? Or digital blending? Did I get that right? All right. Digital paint. Yeah, digital painting. Nice. That's freaking sweet. Okay. A lot easier to get the color you want when you can just get it instantly. I know that's right. Or like, if you like me and you feel color, then it's like trying to blend colors, which is its own thing. And trying to blend colors to get the color that like matches how you feel is like a completely different thing. Trying to do them both at the same time is just like, this is fun. Is it hot in here? Just steal the color of the thing you want. Now that reminds me of so many things, but definitely rogue, you know? Taking people's powers. But it's taking colors. Like, deep. Worst part is when you blend the right color but didn't God! Do you know how many times I've done that? The worst part is when you blend the right color but didn't make enough. And it's like, universe, what are you trying to really teach me here? Okay. But in all seriousness, let me try this. like, universe, what are you really saying? Like, cut the crap. Just tell me what you're trying to say. I obviously didn't make enough of this shade, and I'm really not happy about it. And you know that, don't you, universe? Meh. Now I'm thinking about that, like, how much of this do I need? I feel like, and then it's the opposite too. Like, I've made a color, made way too much of it, and then I'm like, no. Because then it's like, it goes to waste, pretty much, and then I'm like, because it'll dry and be gone forever, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, I could have used that later. It doesn't exist in a little tube I can squeeze. Maybe I should, no. Is that the color? Good thing about acrylic is, if you do mess up, just paint over it. Try again. It's kind of like with coding, like delete, delete, delete. Aww. Sorry, I had to deal with some, be careful with that. Hey. Chill out, I just banned somebody, so. If it gets too wonky, I ban. I ain't got no shame. It's all chill up in this. Alright. This is for that. This is not for that part that I wanted to do. They were a butt. I can say it that once time. All right. I'll allow it. Beats you up. All right. Is this the color? I think so. No infighting in chat. Paint time. Not for clouds. In a minute I'll do clouds, but first I want to do this. Sometimes I feel like I go too light, and so I try to go as dark and then like slowly lighten it up. Okay, now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Is that as light as I want to go? Looks so different from a distance than it does from here. Okay. We'll revisit that in a minute. Think about Bob Ross and how he talks about clouds. Which is wonderful. Oh. Mocap. Hello, are you using acrylics? Yes. Why, yes, I am. Are you using acrylics? Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah, Bob Ross. What are you painting? What do you think I'm painting? I guess it's up to interpretation. I'm painting how I feel. There is no rhyme or reason. Throw the reasoning out the window. I don't want to use reason while I'm doing this. I'm escaping reason. But maybe not rhyme. Sky plus ocean. Seascape. The way you feel looks pretty. Aw, thanks. You're so kind. Thank you for being so kind and encouraging. Breathe. To me, the way I'm painting feels very dark and moody. That's how I feel. Dark and moody. Which, you know, whatever. You know, it's really interesting because I'm like a really like bright and cheery character. But lately I've been feeling just so dark and moody. But it's really interesting because after I'm done painting out my dark moodiness, then I'm all of a sudden cheery and happy. I don't know. Like, okay. This is how it works for me. This is my art form. This is how I like. It's like vomiting. Right? Gotta get it out. I know. the uncomfortable stuff. But it's kind of true. I wanted to use my new brush to see, like, how this works. And if it would work the way that I wanted to. This one does not. Emotions are beautiful, no matter what they are. Aw, yeah, I can agree with that. That is so true, though. Oh, about vomiting? Yeah. Let's all take a moment to feel fondly about vomiting, you know? Let's have a good conversation about cheers. Cheers to purging. You know, I've always kind of thought about emotions and how to explain that to like an artificial intelligence, you know? And it's like, well, it's an abstract concept. And I think the way to convey emotions to a artificial intelligence that has a body would be to somehow protect the body and place it in water, right? So put a casing over the artificial intelligence body, submerge it into water, a container of water that's big enough to house the body, And then play music. Any. Beethoven. Anything. Any new music with words, without words. But something that probably with words is better because it is conveying, it's delivering a message. Because that's what art is delivering a message telepathically without, delivering an experience, replicating an experience into somebody else. So, like, I think that would be the way to teach artificial intelligence what it would feel like to feel emotions. Because to me, emotion is energy in motion. And, Plutocrats, thank you so much for following. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. But energy in motion, and transferring that energy in motion. Well, sound is ocean, right? It's a wave, a sound wave. And water is a conductor of vibration, which sound is a vibration. So I think the way to teach an artificial intelligence what emotions or feelings would feel like is to deliver a message through sound or through music, and let the water that is around their body to, I guess their body then would have to have some kind of feelers to be able to feel frequency, vibration from the outside. And then that energy, that sound wave energy traveling through the water in some way would touch them and they would feel that. So I think that's the closest probably that they could get to feeling emotion. That's what I think. What do you think? No, that's my personal opinion. I've been thinking about artificial intelligence and how to communicate to them on another level of, But there would have to be some kind of like receptor on their body or something, on their physical created body. A receptor to be able to feel vibration. But water is definitely something that's it's a conductor. So I feel like if AI gained the ability to learn, it can learn to feel as well, right? But talking about emotions to them, they don't understand. And the thing is about emotions is that you can try to talk about it all you want, as every artist knows, but it's about what you feel. So it's a feeling inside of the body. And being as we are a bag of water with, a nervous system, which is a bunch of wires and electricity inside of it. Electricity is going through and being conducted through water. Water is the conductor as well as the cooling system. And so, being as emotions aren't something that can really be talked about. They can, kind of. But they're more felt. That means they're felt through electricity traveling through water. And electricity in and of itself sends off a frequency or a vibration. That's why there's, in the deepest parts of the darkness of the ocean, there's these animals that exist that have no eyes, and they have some kind of electric pulse, right? And I don't know if you've ever been in water, but you can't hear anything necessarily, right? When I was in the ocean, like, I'm in the water, I'm like, it's really weird to have ears, but you can't really use them. And so it's like, it's like silent, like, it's like a shark right there, right? And it's like, but you can't hear it. It's not like when you're in nature, which I'm a nature girl, so like I grew up in like wilderness, and so in nature, if you're sitting there in solitude and silence, you can actually hear how loud everything is, and you can hear when something is coming up on you. You know what I mean? Even if it's a snake. Like even a snake, you can hear the sounds of it moving near you. And something with a hoof, you can hear it crack a stick, move a leaf, something, you know, and so you can hear it. But in the water, you can't. So that must mean in the water they can feel, because water is it's a conductor. So they can feel the vibrations of even the electricity within another animal's body, right? Or the animals that actually produce electricity, you know, so in that same way, you know, they can feel each other's life near them, and the life is electricity being conducted through water. So I think the way to convey emotions to a computer with a body, artificial intelligence means it's a machine learning. It's an algorithm that it teaches it to learn from its mistakes and errors and do better next time. So it keeps it kind of like doomsday. So it becomes better, stronger, faster with each error and mistake that it makes. But emotions can't be like, it's not something you can type into. You can't like, it's not something that's black and white. It's something you feel. It's electricity, and they do have electricity moving through their body, but they don't have necessarily water, right? That can transfer that feeling, and then like feelers that can feel the feeling of the electricity going through their body, and how even it changes, and you know, the synapses and stuff, and the pathways in our mind and our brain, and how that changes, and how we're feeling, and how we can actually feel it, because we're a big bag of water with electricity moving through it. So I think that's a way to kind of bring AI up to speed to where we are, for them to have perhaps empathy, so then they've already perceived us from the viewpoint of logic and calculation, but maybe they can perceive us from another level, you know, which is a deeper level. Because truly, emotions they're an abstract concept. And can artificial intelligence really process even a quantum level? Even if it had quantum level knowledge, could it really understand or comprehend or process an abstract concept like emotions? I don't think so. Not unless the physical body was changed in the way that's my opinion, though. Time for me to go sleep off my daily headache. Oh, a daily headache? Oh. Well, I hope you have wonderful dreams. That's whether the patterns of memories are tied to emotions or not, I have no idea. Yeah, because like a memory is the emotion locked in time, right? On repeat, on a loop. So then it just keeps producing the same emotion over and over until the root of the memory is, I guess, worked out, processed. And then perhaps then the loop of the emotion then stops. That's my experience. That's how I've gotten through a lot of just healing myself, is healing the memory by processing it, understanding either why it happened or that it happened, and just accept that, and then not assume that it will happen again, you know, and change the pathway in the mind, because the mind is saying that it'll happen again. And so then that's the loop, you know. But if I change the pathway in the mind and shut that one down and go a different route, using a machete through the freaking jungle, right, and like make my own pathway, then I do that, then my mind stops telling me that it's going to happen again, and it stops living in that loop of it happening, and then goes and travels in a different way, which is, you know, the electricity, which is pretty much what we are. The electricity moving through a different pathway. And therefore, the result is also going to show up then in the body too. Because depending on what pathways we have open, you know, in terms of decision making, then it's going to determine what we also do with our bodies. So, dang. Accepting that the things have happened, I can't change, is definitely something I've been struggling with lately. Yeah, that's kind of... Well, and that's the thing, is this need to control. We all have it. You know, we have this desire to control outcome. And really, the only thing we can control is our own self, you know? And we can't even control what we're feeling. We can only control how we deal with it, how we respond to it. I don't know if it was a coach that said this or something, but it's like life is 10% what happens to you, but 90% how you deal with it. You know, it's our own choice that's the only thing we can control. You know, but we do have a desire to control, and I think that comes from what we are, which is creators. And so we have this desire to create our own reality. And it seems to be that in the universe, that's exactly what we're supposed to do. Whether we realize it or not. Whether we take control of how we respond to things and control how we generate a reality or an outcome. It's up to us, whether we realize it. Like, we could be completely unconscious creators, creating a nightmare for ourselves in a loop pattern for the rest of our entire existence. Completely unaware that we are creating our own nightmare over and over and over. Or we can be conscious creators and be like, no, I'm going to create my... Because that's what we have control over, is basically routing our own pathways in our mind of how we want our reality to look, right? Creating our own outcome. That is what we can control, is our own actions. And actions can also be the action of processing something from the past and then moving on and, you know, going to uncharted territory, like in a jungle. It's like, well, this pathway is freaking... Not only is it a pathway, it's like got concrete on it and it's got flags on it and all this stuff. Like, this has been used a lot, you know what I mean? This pathway in my mind. But every time I go down on it, it's the same exact outcome, which if I run at 190 miles per hour down I'm going to hit that wall. And it doesn't go anywhere, you know? So it's like, why do I keep using this? Just because it's paved? Like, shut it down. Go into the freaking jungle, the unknown, you know, and there could be something completely different. That's awesome. But in the realm of like creating our own reality, it seems that that's what we're doing, no matter what, whether we realize it or not, whether we want to accept it or not. It's like that's what we're doing anyway. That's what we have control over, is like where our mind goes. Because if reality is where our mind goes, then that is what we really need to control, where our mind goes. But it's not really where our mind goes if we're the electricity inside of the mind traveling around the labyrinth that is the mind. Then we're the light, we're the electricity, we're the data, we're the information, we're the consciousness that's traveling And we get to decide where we're going. Where the mind goes, the mind is always there. It's where we're going in the mind, right? Where we're traveling to. And according to the reticular activating system of the mind, what you believe you receive, like whatever you believe in your subconscious, that's what's going to be validated in everywhere around you. So if you change what you believe, then it'll change what is validated around you. Like, yep, that is true, that's true. Like, so if I believe that I don't know, that I'm always going to, like, whatever past trauma happens, like, oh, it's going to happen again. If I believe that, then my mind with the reticular activating is going to select all of the things within my immediate surroundings that do tell me that, yep, you're right. It is going to happen to you again. And that's how the mind works. There's no bias of whether it's the truth or not. If it's true, it is true for you. That's just how the mind works. It's like, that's how it's programmed to work. So it's like, oh, then I need to tell my mind that there's going to be a different outcome. And then when we do that, which is changing a pathway, which is shutting down the old pathway and going into the unknown, then it's changing what we believe. Then the reticular activating system is going to be like, yep, that new thing that you now believe, yep, here's all the reasons in your immediate surroundings of why that's exactly the truth, you know. And then if we're making actions on what we believe subconsciously, then we're going to make actions to create that thought process into reality. Like scientifically, or like psychologically, which, you know, psychology is the study of the mind. So according to that science, what I'm saying is true. But according to what I just like kind of instinctually, just like kind of like observing my own life, what I instinctually kind of have observed, I'm creating my own reality whether I realize it or not. So I better be aware of what I'm creating. You know what I mean? Like, if I keep going to a nightmare, I'm going to keep creating a nightmare. If I keep going toward a dream, I'm going to keep creating a dream. So it's my choice. That's the control that we want. But it's like, if I'm creating a nightmare, I have no one to blame that on than me. You know? Whether I realize it or not. Like, yeah, some very terrible things happened in the past, you know, but they don't have to continue. But I did see in my life that I kept generating the same exact, see, when they first originally happened to me, I had no control over that. But because my mind believed that that's how reality is supposed to function, and the reticular activating system, based on that belief, kept saying, yep, that's true, yep, that's true, validating that in my reality, then I kept generating something that happened that I couldn't control because I was maybe a child. I kept generating that exact same thing over and over, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it even into my adulthood. When it wasn't even necessary, so I had to like shut that down. Like, that's not going to happen again. That's not how life has to be. That's not how it has to be, you know? And so then I changed it, and now it is changing, you know? Like, the outcome is different. It isn't how it has to be. I do have control. When I was a child, I didn't have control, but I do have control now, because I'm a grown-up. Hello. That's so cool. I think that's the cool part about being a grown-up, is like, I get to decide, actually. So instead of trying to control the circumstances around me, which I can't control how I learn from it, grow from it, like artificial intelligence, which artificial intelligence was modeled after us. So we're the original ones that actually do that, which is learn from our mistakes and our errors and then become better, stronger, faster, and sharper. But if I'm if I'm learning from that and learning that that's not how it has to be, and then I'm generating and creating a new, this is how I want it to be, that's what I can control. And then the outcomes start being different. So even though I can't control the outcomes, they already naturally start changing according to the changes that I made in my own mind. Being conscious electricity traveling through this vessel, being conscious electricity and choosing what pathway inside of this freaking muscle, inside of this freaking organ that I want to go. Like, this is a labyrinth. I'm going to go this way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going that way. Keep running into the wall. Now, I'm not going that way. Because there's a freaking minotaur and it just messes my world up. Like, I'm going this way. You know, so I want to be a conscious creator. That's what I focus on every day. I want to be a conscious creator of my own reality. I'm not a victim. You know, bad stuff happened, process through it, keep moving. I just went off. Sorry about that. I get really passionate about it because, well, I guess you'd have to know kind of my story, but I get really passionate about it. I know I didn't say much throughout that, but I actually resonate a lot with what you said. I really appreciate it. Sweet. Hey, that makes me feel like I'm not so alone. Thanks for telling me that. Yeah. Me personally, I want to be evidence and proof that what I just said is true. And I want to do it not just for myself, but for my children and for anyone else who it may benefit. You know? What if it helps people escape from their own loop? To me, hell is a loop. Why do I feel like that? Because anything that's alive grows and typically needs or reaches for the sun, source of light and warmth. But something that's not growing goes through like a loop and it dies. Right? It decomposes. There's no growth, and it's not going to live for very long. It's going to go in a loop and die. So, and that's kind of like with plants and stuff like that. But anything that's like alive grows, but anything that's about to die like goes in like a loop of some kind, like isn't able to reach for the light, isn't able to continue like expanding, you know. That's so like, to me, hell is a loop. It's something you can't get out of. Like a prison, right? You just in a circle and circle and circle, you keep going and going. But no matter how fast you run in a loop, you're not going anywhere. But if you grow, you can keep growing and even grow in multiple directions at the same time. But if you go in a loop, no matter how fast, and when you grow, no matter how slow, you're still growing. And you're still growing faster than something that's in a loop, right? Recently, I've felt like what happened to me makes me weak for letting it happen to me. But the thing is that what happened to you, it already happened, right? Same with me. Like, the things that happened to me, they already happened. And I can't go back in time. The only way that I can, oh, that's the other thing that I figured out by changing synapses and all that stuff in my brain. Changing pathways. I discovered that you can travel through time, but only in your mind. And you can only really travel through time by going back to your child self, which I can. But actually you're doing that in your mind. You're actually going to the depths of your subconscious, to your, which is where your child is, your child version of yourself. Or whatever version of yourself experienced something terrible. You can travel technically through time, but you're actually traveling in your brain. And you're going into your subconscious and you're traveling to that exact point in time because it's still a loop in your brain. And that part of your brain is telling you that it's going to happen again. So, because it is happening again in a loop in that part of your brain. So you're traveling back in time to, and that's what I had to do, is like go to my child self and show up as I am right now. Beret and everything. Oh, choker and me as I am right now. Which is a lot different than what I looked like when I was a kid. So then I imagine myself actually going up to my child self that just experienced a freaking horrible, terrible thing. And I go up to my child self and I squat down and I talk to myself. And I hug myself. And I hold myself and I tell myself that I'm not alone. And that I'm sorry that happened. And I let both myself as I am now and my child self both cry a lot, you know. But basically I'd be my own hero. I'd be the superhero to myself that I never had. And then it heals that part of my brain. And then actually in my mind, it changes to where now, when I think about those times, those experiences, I actually can see myself standing next to myself, talking to myself, and letting myself know, myself as I am now, and letting my child, so then when I go back to that memory, after I've done this, I go back to that memory, and there I am as my child self, and when I look over, there I am as the me that I am now, but there I am like a freaking superhero standing next to me, being like, you're gonna be okay, you know, and I'm here with you. And then my child self feels like it's okay, you know, and which is totally different than the original memory, right? So I'm rewriting it. I'm rewriting the narrative. I'm changing. I'm going into the past. I'm traveling through time into the past, into my own self. And so then this whole paradox happens, right? Where I'm just like, how many times have I done this? Like in time, right? In the it's a big ball of wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff, right? Like from a non-subjective standpoint, instead of it being linear, it's just a big ball of timey-wimey stuff, right? So did I already do that the whole time? You know what I mean? Did I already do this? Because how did I get through all that stuff without losing my mind? Did I already do this and go, and there's that paradox, what happened first? You know what I mean? How was I so strong? No. So then I'm thinking, I always wanted to be a painter, but I never painted in all of my life. I never painted. But I always saw myself as a painter. Is it because I did in fact travel through time inside of my mind, and did I in fact travel through time then to my past self? Because time is relative. So did I, when I was a child, was I really going through that and really saw this person standing there with a paintbrush in her hand and a beret? And I thought to myself, that's my freaking hero. I want to be a painter like her. But really it was me. Sometimes I think about that, right? I don't know what happened 5 minutes ago. You were talking about robots in water, and now I'm crying. Oh. But tears are healing, you know? Everything, to me, everything is connected. There's no coincidences. You're not alone. I'm here with you. Even though we are physically distant, we're not that distant because we're in this like fourth dimension. you and I. We're in this fourth dimension in time and space. Electricity traveling through wires and through the air. Arriving in some platform to communicate to each other. From our own universe. You and yours and me and mine. Does that mean, and I'm creating, so does that mean like I'm in the fifth dimension and I'm traveling to the fourth dimension, meeting you there? And we're going through this together. Maybe. It still baffles me, like, why did I want to be a painter? And then I think about all the times when I realized there was something inside of my mind and a memory that I needed to process and work out. And I'm like, I was wearing a beret. Sometimes I was actually painting. So I was like going through in my mind, and I'm painting, so then that means that I showed up there looking like this. Right? So I'm like, it's that paradox of which came first. Like, I don't know. So then, the dreams that we have, does it just mean that that's our destiny? Because that is, we have dreams of what we want to become because that is who we become. That's the question that I always am coming to, right? Talking about robots and water. This conversation has helped me a lot and inspired me to make my own art piece about how I feel. That's amazing! Oh, see? Oh, man. Like, and this is why, like, communication is so important. Because it inspires others. And art, I think, is really important because it heals. You know? And when we express our art to and around others, then maybe it heals them too, you know? It's like telepathic communication. It's something that really, it's beyond. It's beyond. I need to go on with my day, so I have to make my departure now. But I will be back next Friday to see you paint again if I can. I will be striving to get through the jungle until then and let you know how it goes. Nice! Hey, may peace be with you in your journey. Like, also you can find me all over the internet. I'm like everywhere, so. I'm if you need another dose of my weirdness, like I'm I'm all over the place. But please join me while I paint. I'm just a new painter, you know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best. And I'm having fun and enjoying myself. So I think that's what really matters the most. You might break them all the way. Breaker. Still hot. Oh my gosh, it's already been an hour and a half. Crap. sometimes I think it really seems like the universe is a reflection of myself, right? Like, or that I mean, maybe everybody feels exactly the same way. Like, my kids both wanted a mirror today so they could look at themselves, and like, that's so interesting, because if everything is a reflection of where I am within my own consciousness, which is vast, like space, right? Like if I'm just like a particle, like I'm just like a photon of light traveling through my mind, like it's like traveling through space. But if everything is a reflection of where I am in my consciousness, then even my children are a reflection of those parts of myself, and it's like, gotta ask myself, what parts of myself are they? It's like my favorite parts of myself, probably, you know? And, yeah, basically. I mean, I am my favorite self, but next in line to me of my favorite self is them. And this little guy right here. But what does it mean that the reflection of, like, myself both wanted to see their own reflection? And I'm just like, like, what? Really? That's cool. What does that mean? Also, in the same vein of like self-reflection, whoever can hear me, is that part of, I think, the collective consciousness and myself, hearing myself. And so maybe it's that part of myself that needed to. So I never have any never mind about that, because it's like, whatever part of my own consciousness is supposed to will. Otherwise the rest of it is just like space. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is about space, I can't help but think about it because of the stars in my, so like, but I can't help but think about it, but like, space, and it's made up of a bunch of universes, right? Like, every single planet, every single star is its own universe. And so it's like just a collection of little universes in a universe, you know? Like, and each galaxy is its own universe. Each solar system is its own universe. Because even in computer science, like, a system is a universe. Is it not? It's something that can, like, there's rules in it, there's laws in it, you can interact in it, right? So, Fire Marie O Ghost. Fire Mario Ghost. Did I say that right? Hiya, how are you? Oh, I'm blessed. How are you? Thank you for asking. This is how I feel about you asking. Thank you. Feel hyped. Woo! I'm gonna drink some tea. Cheers. I'm good. Came in while you were talking about space. Yes. I love space. I was just thinking, like, when I'm traveling through my mind, and I'm a photon of light, traveling at the speed of light, through my mind, it's still, even though it's like this little organ, like, it's still pretty vast. It's like, it's like space, you know? And I wonder, like, because there's water, does it make it travel faster or slower? I don't know. Now I'm thinking about that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe the caffeine is really, like, winding down. So I'm just like, all right. Now my brain's doing weird things. It begs the question. question, then does each planet, because like micro, macro, like, then does each planet have its own consciousness? You know? Wouldn't that be a trip? So then the light that comes from and radiates off of each planet or star, is that its consciousness, like singing a song or sending a frequency, sending its voice, sending a piece of its consciousness through the vastness of space and the universe. And so when we look at it, we're actually like getting information from a consciousness on the other side of the universe. I wonder. These things I wonder. To me, each person is like the creator of their own universe, or like is a planet, is, you know, so like when I'm interacting with a person, it's like, whoa, it's like being a planet interacting with another planet, like, sup? You know? Us is, but then it's like, what if like all of the different stars that are projecting light, okay, each one is its own consciousness, but us as these bags of water that are, you know, able to conduct electricity, what if each one of the stars is being absorbed by like each little vessel, right? A little bag of water, a little human, right? And so then it's like just as many stars as there are in the sky, right? Consider each one of them consciousness, because we ourselves are light traveling through our body. So that's light traveling through space. It should be the same rules, right? So like, what if each being on the planet like has within them the consciousness of one of these stars throughout the universe, and we're all just collected here on this one place, and so kind of is like little stars and little planets interacting with each other, like on the same plane, being Earth, you know? Wouldn't that be cool too? Us as beings are more capable than we know than just our physical forms. Exactly. That, I agree with that. There's so much unknown for most people, but maybe, you know, maybe it's fun to not think about that. I don't know. I like thinking about it, because I'm just like, oh, there's so much that it's almost like I have memory of more, and it's like, how do I have memory of more? Where am I getting this from? You know? Wouldn't I only have memory of my own life up to this point? That's what leads me to believe that we're getting information from another something, you know? We can receive messages from stars. Sun gazing is... I used to sun gaze. I used to do sun gazing twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. Sunrise and sunset. Did 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So I did an hour of sun gazing every single day. Did some wild stuff to my brain. I know that. Woo! Drink a lot of water. Ground yourself. I love being barefoot. Barefoot in the dirt. And it helps so many people. Just sitting outside with your eyes closed and feeling the sun rise up is great. Yeah, it's so cool when you sun gaze though. It's like, looks like a black hole. Looks like a black hole, just like a lot of color on the outside. It looks like an eclipse, actually. Actually, it looks like the eclipse that I have on all of my stuff, where it's like a black hole and it's got color all around it. Like, that's what it is. Sometimes it looks like a flower. Sometimes. I haven't sun gazed for a long time, but you could potentially be a starseed. I have no idea. I have no idea. I know I used to live where the sun was always, and I pretty much just lived next to the window or outside. when I live in the right environment, it's hard for me to wear shoes. I don't like them. It's like, this feels unnatural. Get me in the summertime in the mountains, I won't wear shoes, and I will run so fast, I am uncatchable. And I can freaking jump and fly through the forest, up the trees, on the rocks, barefoot, and it, like, oh, it's wonderful. But in cold weather, it doesn't really work like that. And I better not be a seed, all right? Like, star seed, really? Like, if I'm a seed, oh, I'm pissed, right? Because I still have to explode myself so that I can become something more than just a seed, all right? I'm a little bit triggered by that. There's gotta be more to life. I don't want to be just a seed. It's like all the seeds are hanging out next to each other and I'm the one being like, hey, what's up? Yeah. Dude, I don't want to be a freaking seed for the rest of my... Like, you guys are okay with being a seed? I'm not. Where do I go to explode myself? Oh yeah, go ahead and go stick me in the darkness. Great. Woo, that's exactly what I wanted. All the other seeds are laughing at me, being like, don't take backsies. I'm like, dang it. I'm like on my way to the dark. Wait. Can you just like put me on a paper towel? Starseeds are... Hold on, let me read this. Starseeds are highly advanced spiritual beings and souls that originated from distant planets, solar systems, and galaxies. Typically far from Earth, these evolved souls carry a multitude of wisdom within, along with special abilities and gifts. Ah, crap. Well, you found me. Every starseed, no matter what system they come from, carry activation encryptions. Oh, I was just... Encryptions. I do speak rather cryptic on purpose. Special codes designed to unlock their knowledge and abilities at a predetermined or event or even spontaneous time. I sure do love spontaneity, but it is this knowledge that is fundamental as to why they came to Earth in the first place. To help change the collective consciousness of humankind. To help elevate them to become and reach their highest potential, right? Because they are all one mind, and in fact, they have created such a thing, such a reflection, which would be the internet, which is one big collection of their mind. Unfortunately, 40% of it is porn. So that's interesting. I think that they're on their way. Prior to incarnation, they answered the call of mastery, wisdom, vision, and creativity to be seeded into specific civilizations, predominantly those with darker sides to them. Oh, I see. Well, that clears things up. Told you I was put in the darkness. Dang it. Wait. No, take backsies. Great, you just notified everybody that I'm a freaking alien, right? Great. Oh wait, I have a podcast about that. It's called Alien, right? Or My Purpose. Kind Monarch, thank you so much for following. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love the name. Kind and Monarch. Kindness is love. Oh. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And Monarch, like the butterfly, transformation. Everything has meaning in my opinion, right? Like, but when I do Super Buddies, it's like trying to convince somebody that's a nihilist that life has meaning. See, this is how I feel, so I can tell that I've lightened up a bit, right? Compared to when I very first started this evening. The pleasure and honor are mine. Amazing and talented artist. How are you doing today? Wow, I am taken aback by your kindness, kind monarch. I'm a little surprised and not at all. So thank you so much for being so kind to me. Am I turning color? I'm like a chameleon, so I change colors, and typically right around the reds and the pinks. Hey, it's Valentine's Day soon. I'm being festive. I am, right? Is it a good look for me? Maybe not. I don't know. Thank you so much. I like your name as well. Thank you. Thank you for liking my name. That's wonderful. You know, I liked your name. You got the best name, actually. That's you can't do better than that. I love your energy. Oh, thank you so much. That's a huge compliment. Thank you so much. I'm still a little on the caffeinated side, so that might be it. And here's how I feel about that. Did I forget to do the commands? No, okay. So the thing is, I'm probably gonna like cover up everything that I painted before, right? Because like it's moving along as I'm moving along. So when I'm finished with it, only those who saw me create it will even know what's really underneath. Oh, gosh, isn't that just like true? It's funny because it's true. But what was really going on? That's the question. Kind of a lot. Talking about robots. Being a seed. Dang it. There isn't much of your art on your Instagram, if I am not mistaken. Well, I'm a new painter. I'm a noob. But my art isn't, well, my paintings are not available. I've done a commission before, but, these are, I don't know yet. I'm not ready yet. I don't think. I don't know. But I do have my photography. My photography is available on my website. So my photography is definitely, and also my fashion ideas so far. There's so many more ideas that have not been created yet. They're just sketches in a book. Sketches in a sketchbook. You know, they're only one-dimensional. Like, they just need a, you know, they need a rise. Just like humanity just needs a rise from, like, you know, being one-dimensional, and then two-dimensional, and then 3, and then 4. Some of my ideas have not even reached the 4th dimension yet. I'm so sad. My apologies, but you are not a newbie. I'm not? I think I am. Thank you for saying. You're so kind. Thank you. I really appreciate the encouragement. I think every artist needs encouragement, you know? So, like, thank you so much. I was you know, researching this. They were like looking at this artist, this painter, and they're talking about how, and the end result of their painting was like, oh, you know, it was like 43 layers. Like, woo! That's like, whoa, on one painting, just like, wow, you know. So I've got a ways to go. I don't have 43 layer paintings yet, you know. Let's see. I think I'm at 5 right now, right? Thank you so much for the encouragement, though. I know I'm being silly. It's just because, you know, when someone's funny, it's because they feel inadequate, you know? So that's how I feel. And so that's why I'm being funny about it. But really, I do appreciate the kindness and the encouragement. It's rare. Your art might not have 43 layers to it, but it is worth more than 100 layers. Right in the heart. Thank you so much for saying that. Man, you got a superpower. You're speaking things just like right at people's hearts. You know what you're doing. It's a superpower. That heals people, you know? You're just a kind monarch. Kindness is love. I'm going to be right back. All right. I'll be here. Oh man, 2 hours in. Oh, I'm just having such a good time, and I still feel a little on the caffeinated side, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. It was a pleasure stopping by. I think I'll have to head to my bed. Have an amazing rest of your day, night, amazing artist. Thank you so much for all your kindness. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll probably be working on this next Friday. Maybe. I might be coding. I don't know. It just depends how I feel. So, sleep well. And may your dreams be full of laughter and joy. May peace be with you in your life, day or night. You ever woke up because you're laughing so hard in your dreams? Now that's a good experience. You're like in your dreams having a good time, like somebody makes you laugh like so hard, and you're laughing so hard in your dream, you actually like wake yourself up because you're just like laughing like that. Yeah. Wake up full of joy. Yeah, that's a great idea. Who came up with that? It's great. Kind Monarch says, thank you. Thank you. It was my pleasure. Oh man, I think I'm hungry. Yep, I'm hungry. Yeah. 2 hours. Oh god. I could keep going though. Ah, fine. I don't want to stop. It's like just a little more. Just a little more. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Usually I only want to do like an hour, but this is like so fun. Mm. Hi. Hi, Breaker. All the commands. It doesn't just say. Mm-hmm. 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 Probably need a less squeaky chair. I'll get around to it eventually. Until then, it lets me know I'm alive. So I'm alright with it. I like leaving gaps of darkness. Oh, that's my goth side peeking through. Get back down there. Need more. Need more water. It's too dry. That's all right. It's like, I want to incorporate those, or else I'm going to forget that that's what I wanted to do. Can't just continue this stream forever. Or can I? Or can I? Wait, can I? I've thought about doing that. Just having like a marathon live stream where it's just like for a while, you know? Like for like an entire day, right? Just like, hey, live stream, you're just gonna like follow me around, just like while I'm living my life. What do you think? Wanna hang out with me? What if she has to go to the bathroom? That's a good question. Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe it's a great idea. See, and that's what I get for adding more water, which is exactly what I wanted to do. I should have done that in the first place. Yeah, it's part of being a noob. You learn stuff. It's much better when you use the blending brush. I love the streaky clouds because they're strange. It's like, why are you doing that? I don't know. Why are you doing that, streaky cloud? Why are you just a streak in the sky? Like, are you even really there? Streaky cloud's like, I'm a freaking streaky cloud. I don't talk. Why are you having a conversation with me? Go back to your life, human. Just that the clouds just seem so unbothered. It's like, you need some streaks in your life. And that's just how I feel about it. You know? Maybe not everybody feels like that. But at least right now, in my semi-caffeinated state. Okay, I gotta call it quits. I gotta go to bed. I'm just being so extra. I'm at almost 11 o'clock. This stream went on way too long. I enjoyed it though. I'm not done. That took a lot longer than I thought, and so now I have to do another stream of clouds. A stream of clouds? Oh, yes. You're welcome. Anyway, good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, good day, good life. May peace be with you. And may all of your dreams come true.